You all know my first guest from his many movie and TV appearances, both as an actor and as one of the few people in Hollywood who actually knows something about economics. Prior to being known in Hollywood, he served as an economist in the Nixon administration. We welcome author, economist, attorney, actor, and expert on practically everything, Ben Stein. Ben, what a delight to have you here. Thank you for joining me.
It's an honor to be here, sir. An honor to be here, and you're a great man, sir. And I want to thank you in person and over the air for being such a good friend to the state of Israel. The Jews of America and the Jews of the world do not forget our friends, and you are a great friend of the people of Israel.
Well, you're very kind. Thank you, sir. But I want to talk about the economy here in the U.S. that is kind of under siege. There's so many younger people, millennials, believe that we ought to be moving towards socialism. What's wrong with that?
Socialism supposedly will take from the rich and give to the poor. It never works out that way in real life. In real life, what happens is that the poor get poorer and the rich get richer. There is no magic formula for making poor people rich except having the poor people get an education, direct themselves towards acquiring human capital in the form of education in a field that pays well, and then go to work like maniacs. I mean, you find a person who's rich, and that person is a person who's going to be working like a madman. He's not going to be complaining like a madman. There
are some leaders within the Democratic Party, among them Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, who is sort of the voice, the face of the Democratic Party.
Just the name makes my blood run cold. Her ignorance is profound, and she's a scary, scary woman. God bless her. God bless her soul. I don't want to take away from any human being whom God has created on this earth, but she really needs an education. I don't know where she went to college, if she went to college at all, but she needs an education.
The book you have written, The Capitalist Code, obviously it's not a book she has read or taken to heart. What is in that book that you wish the Democrat candidates for president would glean that they obviously haven't accepted?
Capitalism is a form of allowing the poor to alley-oop themselves up to the top by working hard at that. It's not a magic formula, it's not a magic bullet, but it's as close to a magic bullet as we've ever gotten in the history of mankind. We are talking about a system that allows anyone, like as in anyone, allows anyone to get rich just by working hard and expressing himself and expressing herself as a hard-working person. There's no such thing as a country that has made itself poor by being capitalist.
Let's talk about some that were rich and have turned themselves into poverty-stricken nations. Venezuela is the most recent example, once one of the richest nations on earth. What happened in Venezuela?
They said, we're going to make our politics the politics of envy, the politics of jealousy, the politics of sterile, vicious jealousy, and make the rich people pay. And they tried to do that, and it didn't work, and the society is now down to rationing and down to poor people not being able to get medical expenses paid for, even rich people can't get medical expenses paid for at this point in that country. Venezuela committed suicide itself by becoming a socialist country.
Some of the candidates for president have suggested that we need to forgive all college debt, that we need to pay reparations to people whose ancestors 150 years ago might have been enslaved. It sounds awfully good to have all that free stuff.
I would like some free stuff myself. I have a son who doesn't work, and I'd like to be able to support him by writing a check on the free stuff account. He's 31 years old, and he's never worked a day in his life, and he won't be watching this, so I'm not worried about him having his feelings hurt. I'd like to have a society where everything is free the way God intended it to be, but it can't happen. I mean, there's no such thing as value in a society in which everything is free, and we simply cannot take away from the people who have worked hard and give it to the people who haven't worked at all. We just can't do it. It cannot work as a societal measure. Look at China. China was a communist country, socialist country, and it's still a socialist country, and it's still a dictatorship. But look how much richer they are now that they've switched to be part capitalist. The difference is dramatic.
In the book that I mentioned earlier, The Capitalist Code, you talk about how one can harness the U.S. economy. If you were king for the day and the president said, Ben, the economy is yours, tinker with it as you will, what would you do?
Ooh. We have to have people, if they acquire debt, they have to pay for it. The president does not have an unlimited stock of free things to give away to people. It would be nice if he did, but he doesn't. So let's have people work for the stuff that they need and want, and that teaches people responsibility.
Ben, it's a pleasure to have you, and I hope folks will reject.
It is a pleasure.
Well, thank you. I hope they reject socialism, read the book Capitalist Code by Ben Stein. I think they'll find it makes a whole lot more sense than some of the crazy things coming out of Washington. His book is called The Capitalist Code. You can find it and all of his other books, plus his latest writings and TV appearances, all at his website, MrBenstein.com.